that contest, and Bridges is back for more against Bet Connolly, who has had a full camp for the first time in a long time. So it'll be interesting to see what she brings on Saturday night. These two ready to weigh in for our second bout of the night, Fight Camp Week 2, Ebanie Bridges and Bet Connolly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in continues in our next contest, 8 rounds in the bantamweight division. And now making her way to the stage, professional record, 3 wins, 9 defeats, fighting out of Swindon, here is Beck, Lady Luck Connolly. And her opponent now making her way to the stage. Her professional record, 5 victories, 1 defeat. She has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of New South Wales, Australia, here is Ebanie, the Blonde Bomber Bridges. And now to the scales, ladies and gentlemen. Lady Luck, Beck Connolly. $119, bang on, 119 pounds for Beck Connolly. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Ebanie, the Blonde Bomber Bridges.
Let's go, Blonde Bomber.
118 3/4 for the Blonde Bomber, Ebanie Bridges, 118 3/4 pounds.
All right, we'll stop right there. Tomorrow, August the 7th, here in the States on the Zone, the sports streaming service, primarily boxing at this point. You're going to have, in the second fight of the night, on a card headlined by Kid Galahad, Barry Galahad, versus James Jazza Dickens for the IBF 126-pound title. Ebanie Bridges versus Bet Connolly is going to be the second fight. So basically, let me tell you who Bet Connolly is. 3-9. She doesn't have any KOs. However, don't let that fool you. She goes by Lady Luck, 37 years old. Very tough fighter, especially a tough fighter for also a somewhat inexperienced fighter regarding Ebanie Bridges. Significant fights by Bet Connolly, Ramla Ali, Ellie Scotney, Rachel Ball, Natasha Jonas, and this is Terry Harper. And this is the first fight where she's actually having a full training camp. Now, Ebanie Bridges, 5-1 with 2 KOs. Last fight, very highly entertaining fight, even though she clearly lost, against a Shannon Courtney. Before that, there is no significant fights. And the fighters that she have fought are fighters by the name of Carol Earl, 3-1, Crystal Hoy, 6-4, Kanita Nentham, 1-11, another fighter, Laura Woods, with a debut. Basically, she doesn't have anything on her resume for me to confidently say that I think, that she'll guarantee defeat Bet Connolly. So I'm just going to go ahead and say right now it's a 50-50 fight. Big J, what are your thoughts on Ebanie Bridges so far? And to recap, how did you view her performance against Shannon Courtney?
Well, yeah, g'day, mate. How you going? Hope everything's doing well over there. I think her performance against Shannon Courtney, she showed just how tough she was. I mean, Ebanie Bridges, you got to remember, Ebanie is only 8 fights in. So she's still very much a novice, right? She's got a lot of work to do, but what she did show is that she can take a punch and she can dish it out. She gave Shannon a lot of problems in that fight, and I believe that if she didn't have the problems with her eye, she possibly could have pushed a very narrow win in that fight. So, but, she still is a novice. She's still got a lot more to prove. And to be honest, if she doesn't win this fight in emphatic fashion, I mean, she really needs to make a statement in this fight. She'll be back teaching high school maths by term 4, which starts October 4th. So, yeah, this is make or break for everybody. If she doesn't make an emphatic statement in this fight, either really beat down Beck Connolly or knock her out, then a lot of people are going to drop off her because they, as you saw in that weigh-in and after the comment, they barely mentioned her compared to the last one, which obviously she was fighting for a world title last time, but this time they barely gave her a mention.
My theory is that, you know, they're actually rebuilding her. That's what I feel. I feel that she's being, you know, she's a very polarizing fighter. She's got a lot of fans, you know, some may call them simps or whatever the case may be, but she also has a lot of fans who are like, okay, all right, I understand what she's doing, even though, you know, it may be frowned upon and shunned, where, you know, she's blatantly told us that she's doing the sex sells thing. And
she made sure she got that ass shot in, that's for sure.
Yeah,
made sure
when she did the little turn. And didn't you say that's something like a bodybuilder thing that she does?
Oh, no. Bodybuilders turn to the side and pose. She flat out just flashed her ass.
Yeah. I saw that.
Bodybuilders don't do that, and if they do, they're doing a pose. That was just, the turn to the side, and when she sticks up her fist, that's like a bodybuilder's pose, when she turns out her legs to the side, when she turns to the left. But no, turning around and, that was flat out just showing a bubble.
Now, I want to play this clip from a very well-known and some will say respected media member by the name of Gareth Davies, where he actually compared her to Muhammad Ali. It's 27 seconds long. Please take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. We will be here after the fight with highlights, post-fight videos, and what's possibly next for Ebanie Bridges. But I want to play this clip here from Gareth Davies of Pitch Sport Boxing. I don't know if he still works with TalkSport over in the UK. He's been on Sky Sports, BT Sports. He covers UFC, Bellator. He is a well-known combat sports journalist. And for him to say something like that, it's like, okay, brother. But let me play it.
Watch out for Ebanie Bridges, because she is potentially a Muhammad Ali for women's boxing. Why? Because she is a complete free spirit, like Muhammad Ali was. She can change the way society sees women boxers. The lingerie at weigh-ins, the posing, the total ownership of what her body is and what she's doing. Watch the space, because she is a fascinating person in the sport of boxing.
Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Bullshit. I would compare Ebanie Bridges to to one of the WWE girls that works for Vince. Nowhere near Ali. Ali was trailblazing. You know, I actually hadn't heard that, and I'm like, that's my initial reaction. I heard about people comparing Bridges to Ali, but
he's got social media up in arms because, you know, the woman hasn't done anything. You know.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I would compare her to maybe one of the girls who works for Vince, like a Rhea Ripley, who's an Aussie girl. She works for Vince. So I would compare her to the flashiness of a WWE star. Nowhere near Ali.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, she's out here marching in the streets and starting all these different charities and all that, you know. So I don't know what the hell he was thinking when he went on the record to say some shit like that. But also, you know, he has been close, you know, in a media way to Ebanie Bridges. So to me, right there, just looks like shilling at the finest. Now, I like Ebanie Bridges for what she's doing. You know, she does own the fact that, you know, like, all right, I'm out here, like, listen, this is what people want to see. This is what's selling and everything. But in this case, we also have to look at it like, okay, well, if she loses this fight, as you said, you know,
she's done.
Yeah,
she's done. She loses this fight, as I said, she'll be back teaching high school math by term 4.
And what's her
reputation? If she loses this fight, she's done.
And what's her reputation over in Australia right now? Because if she loses, you know, she may have one more fight with Matchroom, who knows? But then after, You know, I mean, if she does lose, she could possibly end back up fighting on club shows in Australia.
Yeah, true. I think if she does, there's a lot of people over in Australia that are a little concerned with Ebanie, how, other Australians that are far better boxers than her aren't getting the opportunity she is, but Ebanie's doing what she needs to do to get the opportunity. So it's Ebanie doesn't have like management holding it. I don't think she has a manager or whatever. She does all herself. So you've got to give credit where credit is due. She's getting the bid buy, she's getting the notification, and she's got a lot of fans in the UK. And there's a lot of fighters back home that are like, well, why aren't I getting the opportunities?
Yeah,
I
but
really can't.
Go ahead.
I really can't say. What's going on. But if she wins, they'll keep going. If she loses, she'll probably will be back in club shows in Australia. However, No Limit are looking at a big 3-day event in November, so possibly she might get on that. Who knows? But
I think she's good.
Yeah. Well, if No Limit are going to do this 3-day thing in November, they're talking about a 3-day, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They need to get every Australian boxing talent they can lay their hands on. Susie Ramadan, Shannon O'Connell, Zach Dunn, all the other people that haven't had a fight for a while that deserve that sort of publicity, and put them on, pretty much put the cream of the crop on those 3 shows. Obviously, Tim Tszyu will be the big thing on a Sunday afternoon, but they've got to give every other fighter they can lay their hands on a crack. But that's getting off topic. But I really think, Ebanie needs to win this fight and win it in a fact fashion. Beck Connolly is a tough fighter. She went the distance with Rachel Ball, but that was at, what was that, like 126 pound or something like that, featherweight? Yeah. She hasn't fought bantamweight for 2 years, and this is her lowest weight. She went 119 even. She's never fought that low. She fought 119 and a quarter the last time she fought at that weight. So, Ebanie is fighting a weight-drained older fighter with, let's be honest, a terrible record. 3-9 is a terrible record. So Ebanie should have an easy night at the office, but she needs to make an emphatic statement on this to keep her momentum going, because I honestly believe that, I think it's a case by case. I think the last thing when we talked to her, Matchroom's agreement was a fight by fight scenario. So if she loses this, Matchroom will be done with her for sure. So
yeah. Also, I'm looking. Beck Connolly is naturally the bigger fighter. She is. She's fought as high as
130, 140, I think.
130. Well, yeah, but 140-pound division, but she's weighed in at 136. Like I said, this is, despite the record of both of the fighters, it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I know the 3-9, it's not shit, but Beck Connolly has always been match tough, and she's always been either a late step in or just, a late step in for the big fights that she's had against these significant names like Ali, Scottney, Ball, Jonas, Terry Harper.
Exactly.
All names, by the way, that I would pick to defeat Ebanie Bridges.
Big man.
These are all names I would pick to defeat Ebanie Bridges, the names that Beck Connolly lost to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Ebanie Bridges, if Shannon O'Connell or Susie Ramadan or any of those girls got their hands on her, Shanika Johnson, they'd all beat Ebanie easy, because they're far more experienced. So, Ebanie is even, if we're domestically, she's not even a top-tier fighter in Australia at that weight, not even close.
Yeah.
So, she's certainly the most publicised, but she's certainly not the best. So,
all right. Is the fight televised over there?
Yeah, 4 a.m. on Fox Sports 507 on Sunday morning. So.
Okay, so therefore, you guys over in Australia will be able to watch it here in the States. The cards are going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Zone. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe. Also, give them your social media information, Big J.
Old mate Big J. And before we go, I want to say a big congratulations to Harry Garside, an Australian Olympian who just won the bronze medal at the lightweight 63 kilo division. So that was the first Australian since the 1988 Olympics to win an Olympic medal, and good on him. So we were counting on Justice Hooney, but now we've got Harry Garside. So keep that name. Hopefully he turns pro soon, and we'll keep an eye out for him. So I'm really happy that he got himself a bronze medal because Deontay Wilder won a bronze and look what happened to his career. So don't think just because someone won a bronze that, oh, yeah, they're not going to be a world champ. It happens. So good on him.
So we are going to be here tomorrow with a post-fight video. And please take your time out, like the video, and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow after the fight.